Hi, it's Michelle with San Diego Family. I'm here with the Poway couple we refer to as the Fair Superfans, Mandy and Ken Wall. Why don't you guys introduce yourself?
I'm Mandy.
And I'm Ken.
You two actually have a very interesting story about how you met at the fair. Would you share that with us?
I had some free tickets to go to the fair. I think I had 3 tickets, and I was supposed to go with some friends from work, and they had work take them away, and they weren't able to join me. So I called my personal friend, one of my closest friends, and asked if he wanted to come with me. And Mandy happened to work with him, but we had never met before. I had heard stories about her, but we had never met. And she heard that he was going to the fair, and she pouted not so quietly from her office that she wanted to go as well. Well, luckily I had 3 tickets, so she was able to join us. And for me, as soon as I met her, I knew that it was going to be at least a relationship. So we spent the day eating corn. I believe she actually got a piece of turkey stuck in her tooth,
And he didn't tell me.
and I didn't tell her until like the end of the day, and then she was mad at me.
So I walked around the fair all day with stuff in my teeth because it made him feel a little bit better, is what he told me.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would say.
Great job, Ken.
Yeah, started off well, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess kind of the rest is history as far as the way we met, and we spent the whole day there together, and then we quickly started communicating over IM and
We booked our first date together. We booked a weekend in Catalina, so we decided to go camping in Catalina together. And then we both messaged each other and said we should probably get together before that, so our first date isn't in Catalina. And then the next year, he proposed to me in the photo booth, which was super special.
Tell us how that happened.
Am I telling this?
Yeah, you can tell it.
I'm telling it. Okay. Well, I had known I was going to do it in the photo booth because on our first trip to the fair, that first day when we met, we tried to do this pose picture where we were feeding each other deep fried Oreo, and I knew that if I did the engagement, the proposal in the photo booth, I would have it captured without having to like hire a photographer or something. And we had that special moment in the photo booth already, so I told her that we were going to reproduce the feeding of the deep fried Oreo. And so I have the deep fried Oreo in my hand. I've been carrying the ring around in a little box. The first picture on that photo booth one is me feeding you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, me feeding her a bite of deep fried Oreo. No, you feeding me a bite of deep fried Oreo.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I
the
don't remember
first
which way.
the first picture was her feeding me a deep bite of deep fried Oreo. I took it from her, slid the ring into my hand, stuck it into the Oreo, and put it in front of her and asked her to be my wife.
And I started crying and, of course, said yes. Now, part of the story, too, is all morning at the fair, I had secretly hoped that he was going to propose to me at the fair. So I had used my hands on his pockets. I had felt all of his pockets and tried to be sneaky and find this ring on him. And I was a little sad when I didn't find it. So it was an extra big surprise when I looked down and it was in the Oreo.
You've created some very fun traditions that you have at the fair.
Obviously do the photo booth picture, and we did when we were pregnant with Cora, our oldest, we did a maternity picture in it, and then Jesse, our middle child, has been in the picture, and then we did our youngest Lena's birth announcement in it. We had a little picture that said "Oops, 2020." So we did that, and then that's how we announced to all of our family, was with our photo booth strip. And then we also get pearls every year. So I get a pearl and my daughter gets one, and we always try and, pick the perfect oyster and hope that we get a double or a dark, the dark gray ones is what we like. And then
She always gets a double. She's
That's
always
nice.
a double. Yeah.
Lucky.
corn on the cob and the Swifty swine races.
Yeah, you have to do Swifty Swine, and you have to get a beer before you go see Swifty Swine. So
Of course.
entertaining.
And then we love to walk through the animals. The kids love that. They really like seeing how the kids have raised the animals and all the different sizes and the shearing of the sheep. And I think we both loved that growing up too. So
Oh yeah, totally.
it's been pretty special.
So many families are certainly going to miss the San Diego County Fair this year. I know we are. So what are you guys doing this year to keep the traditions of the fair alive?
We're going to do a little fair in our backyard, just our little family. I'm going to get some games for the kids, maybe like the fishing game and the, ping pong and pop balloons and corn on the cob and deep fried Oreos. I'm sure we'll find them somewhere or try and make them. But we're going to do our own fair. We'll have it here.
Thank you so much for being here, Ken and Mandy. We really appreciate it. You can read more about the Wall family in the June issue of San Diego Family. Just visit sandiegofamily.com. We also have a great story on how to keep the spirit of the fair alive through recipes and a fun interview with local celebrity Chicken Charlie. If you're looking for unique Father's Day gift ideas, we have 119 in the June issue. Summer camps, yes, it's still a thing. We have a bunch of them on sandiegofamily.com. Thanks for joining us.